everyone, Meglos Games here, and welcome back to Cooking Mama. Cooking Mama 2, in fact. I got the right order. Ah, yes. See, I kind of saw it out the corner of my eye. I didn't quite get the order. It was kind of a peripheral vision thing, but I'm so glad I did it right. I think that's the first time I've done it right first time. Which is weird. My voice is getting really raspy. I've recorded 4 videos. A lot, and some build commentaries. 3 build commentaries, but they're not very long. They were all under 15 minutes. So, yeah. But I don't know why my voice is... I can feel it in the back of my throat. It really hurts. So I'm hoping it's going to get a nice rest when I take a shower and then do my laundry and all that stuff. Because I've got a nice... I've got stuff to do today. I've got a very busy day ahead of me. Best way to do the old no sleep trick. Because if you were watching the last episode, you'll know the story. But I'm not actually recording another video until 8 AM. And it's quarter to 6. So I've got at least 2 hours without yeah, at least 2 hours without talking, which is good. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. Probably might leave it a little longer since I'm actually ahead of schedule. Build commentaries didn't take as long as I thought they would, so kind of overrunning. This was meant to be done at 8. So I'll only have one thing to do at 8. I may push it back like half an hour so I can rest the voice a little bit more. Or I might just do it in stages. I don't know. All these decisions to make. Oh, I dropped the... What? Is that meant to be a thing? Don't even know. Anyway, yeah, so, yeah. I like scheduling my life. It's pretty boring, but, it gets shit done. So, when I have particularly lots to do, I do like to schedule, and it actually works. So, it makes me happy when it works. Yeah. More stories with Meg. This is kind of like what I should probably have been talking about in the update video. That went out 2 weeks ago now. Because these go out weekly still, I believe. If I remember my schedule, which I don't. Because, silly. And I haven't looked at it in a while. I will check it now. Why not? It's on my phone, which makes it super easy and accessible. And yet, I still don't look at it very much. Yeah, just once a week. I just, yeah. Yeah, should have done all this stuff in the update. But, yeah. Because I did that a matter of hours ago. So, yeah. But yeah, scheduling my life. I do have off days where I don't. A lot of the time it's really hard because your friends don't schedule days. They do stuff on a whim. Why can't I click that? There we go. I fucked up. Yeah, friends don't schedule days. In case you didn't, in case you hadn't guessed. But yeah, which makes it kind of tough. I don't know how I could have given it more, but there we go. There's some days I know what we're gonna do. I just don't know what time I'm gonna do it. Silly things like that. On those sort of days, I'll write a list of things that I have to get done within the day. But other than that, it can be tricky. Especially when you'll get a sudden message going, fancy a cuppa? And I'm like, yeah, I kind of do, but I'm really busy. Alright, yeah. So, life scheduling. It's a great thing, not really. I feel like I can schedule tomorrow though, because there's well, today. I don't know why I called it tomorrow, because it's all doing today. I'm not going to bed in any kind of space between now and then. So yeah, I've got house viewings today as well, which is interesting. Feels really weird being an adult doing house viewings, but yeah, luckily I'm not doing most of the coordinating. My flatmate's been kind enough to do all that, because she's good at stuff like that, so why not? I know I'll have to do it for myself one day, but I'm kind of putting it off. I think that's fair. That's something I'm okay about putting off. Assignments, that's a different thing. And don't worry, I've got work scheduled in my thing. I'm gonna do it while my laundry's in the laundry. Because it takes about half an hour to 45 minutes for the things to do. So in the meantime, while they're doing, I'm just gonna sit and study. And I've got to do 2 loads today, so that should leave us a nice amount of time to do a lot of studying. As I have got other work scheduled as well. About 4 hours other than that. Maybe 5. I don't know, I can't remember. But I am... Today was more of a day of getting on top of video so I can get that stress out of my mind. Because for some reason that seems to be a... Well, I guess it's a form of procrastination, in a way. If I can get all this stuff done, then I don't have to procrastinate with it. So I'll kind of procrastinate with slightly different things, I guess, but hopefully not. Yeah, the plan is to actually study more if I do that. So yeah. These dumplings look really funny. Especially when they're like half done. They look a bit like a bum. See? They look a bit like a bum. So it's wrong of me to say, but it's true. You can't deny it being true. Oh, my throat. It just feels really rough. Like, not so much my throat, but more of my mouth. I guess I've just been talking so much that it's like my tongue is just doing a thing. My tongue must be extremely raspy. And it shouldn't be to do with drinking, because I've drunk a lot. Not just tea. I've had squash as well, because squash is basically my alternative to water, because I'm not a fan of drinking water. I really struggle with it. Like, there'll be some days where I feel okay about drinking water, but I'm not overly keen on the taste of water, even though it doesn't really taste of anything. But I guess that's a taste of its own. You know what I mean. You must know what I mean. Yeah, you gotta know what I mean. 100%! Woo! I just took a Snapchat. I've never taken a live video Snapchat. But I just did, I suppose. So, yeah. No more playing Never Have I Ever with that. I don't know why that would be a Never Have I Ever thing anyway. But, yeah. Nice bit of chopping. And a little bit more chopping. Just buy frozen diced onions. That's what I do. I'm lazy, but I'm lazy enough to eat well at the same time. If that makes any sense. Like, my freezer is not full of pizza and chips and all that kind of shit. It's filled with frozen shredded cabbage, sliced green beans, peas, sweet corn, sliced mixed peppers, and diced onions. And some corn, because That's my substitute to meat. But yeah, it means I eat well. And it means I can throw together food really quickly because I don't have to worry about preparation. So even when I'm feeling lazy, I end up eating quite well. Because I just toss some cabbage in a pan with some butter. And whatever spices I have on hand. Mainly it's mixed herbs with cabbage. And salt and pepper, obviously. A lot of salt and pepper. Mainly pepper. I just love the taste of freshly cracked black pepper. It's great stuff. Dried mixed herbs are also good. Curry powder is also good. I have like a dash of cayenne pepper on everything. Mainly because I wanted to be a health nut once upon a time, and cayenne pepper is meant to boost your metabolism. But it just gives my food like a little bit of a kick now that I'm just super used to. So yeah, here's stories about my life. Again, well, I guess this is my video. So you can hear stories about my life. See, this is what I do. I often fry rice. I did a curry fried rice the other day. I was telling you about this in the last episode. The Cool Adventures of Meg. Talking about all the food she makes. My frying pan is my best friend. I fry so much, but not like unhealthy fry. A lot of the time I don't actually add any oil or butter or anything to the pan because it's a non-stick pan, so it works fine. It's just great for heating things because it distributes heat quite nicely, and it actually cooks things quicker than the oven. So yeah, I do it with a lot of my corn, like corn steaks. Corn steaks are great. Corn turkey steaks are great. Chicken, I'm not a fan of their chicken, but their steaks are great. And their turkey steaks are great, which is exactly what I just said, twice. So, yeah. Good one, Meg. We're rolling into balls again. That one doesn't look as much like a butthole. I'm glad, to be quite honest. These are kind of like arancini balls, if you've ever heard of arancini balls. I watch a lot of sorted food. So I find out about all this fancy food that exists in the world. Never tried to make them, and I don't intend to. It sounds like a really interesting thing to do, and you can't deep fry here. They have rules against deep frying because of the likelihood of oil fires, especially because students aren't particularly the most responsible when it comes to cooking anyway. I mean, some of them are, don't get me wrong, but not all of them. And the risk of oil fire is kind of crazy, and oil fire is really hard to deal with because you want to go put water on it, and water makes it worse, and yeah, all that sort of stuff. We've had this video shown to us every year, and it's freaking scary because it's like biggest eruption, and they're like, it's not staged. This is exactly what happens when you put water on an hot oil or whatever. It was like, ah! That's some scary stuff. You gotta make sure you use like palm oil and coconut oil because they have really high smoking points. Vegetable oil and shit like that does not. It's not the best. Palm oil, you can actually buy it around here pretty cheap, like unrefined palm oil, because we have like that sort of food shop around here that just seems to be able to do everything. Oh, it's one of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I clicked more times than I counted then. But anyway. That should be fine. Yeah, these are just like arancini. Arancini are like a risotto that's kind of been formed into a ball with a stuffing in the centre, and then coated in breadcrumbs and deep fried. So this is basically that. I don't know why they've called it a rice croquette. I guess because arancini, or arancini, depending on your pronunciation of Italian, doesn't sound like a Japanese thing. And not only that, Americans probably don't know what it is. And this was marketed mainly at Americans and Japanese people. That's what most video games are, especially Nintendo licensed games. they don't necessarily always think of European markets. But that's not really my problem. I'm enjoying the game, don't get me wrong. Oh, would you look at that? Timing is beautiful. Been going for these 15 minutes episodes, and this landed. I finished this episode right in 15 minutes, so I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.